Hey everybody, my name is ChristopherOdd. Welcome to Chapter 3 of The Bridge. This is where things get a little bit nutty, actually. If you're looking at the mini-maps above each door, you can see what I'm talking about. So here we go. Let me walk you through each of these. This is Chapter 3, Part 1, called The Inversion. Now, this introduces some new elements to us. I'll show you once we're zoomed back out. So basically what's going on here is you can now invert, and you're not only inverting the world like upside down, but you actually turn from gray to white and vice versa. Okay, so I'll just show you here. If you kind of trace backwards from the door, that's the way I kind of like to do it. If you trace backwards, either go to the left or go to the right. Let's go to the left. So follow with your finger basically from the door to the left, stay on the curve, come around the loop, go up, and you'll see that it's all on the exact same path, right? So for me to get there, I'm gonna have to be on a different path. Now, if I start walking to the right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach a point where I can invert. And once you get to those little triangles there, right here, there's no like control scheme cue. Nothing says what to do. So you have to press up or down, either one, and it'll invert you. Now you'll notice, look at us here. Now we're white and we flipped over to the other side. So let me show you that again. Here's where we walked, okay? We go behind the thing, flip it over, and we can come out the left side. Okay, so pretty tricky. And then we can just walk right to the door. Now the other thing is that we're gonna learn soon, if the door's white, you have to be white to go in it. If the door is gray, you have to be gray to go in it. Okay, so that's pretty tricky. Also, there's white keys and gray keys. So it gets pretty gnarly. This is Chapter 3, Part 2, called the Timepiece. And basically, it's a giant clock that we're in. And a little bit of foreshadowing, this clock may or may not last. Dun dun dun. Okay, so once again, I like to visualize things. So if I look at the key and I work my way backwards from the bottom right, I kind of follow the plane down and then up. I know that in order to get that key, I'm gonna need to be on the platform where the key is currently floating at. It's really hard to describe because I don't have a mouse pointer to show you, but if I just invert right here, then I can go over, grab the key because I'm white. Make sense? But I have to be black or gray to actually get into the door. So what I'm gonna do is now start rotating. And this ball won't hurt me here. Oh, that could. Each of these balls operates on a different plane of gravity. So you'll notice the chain and the white ball right now are in the air when really they should be on the ground. But because we're gray, the white balls are acting in reverse of everything. So if I keep walking, I'll be safe enough to walk to the door. So hopefully that shows you a little bit of the theory as to what's going on, because it took me a long time to figure out exactly what to do beyond just trial and error. This is Chapter 3, Part 3, called The Aftermath. You heard it. You know what that was? Yeah. Yeah, you do. Everything went to shit. It's terrible. Okay, so we need to get to the door. We need to be gray. Okay? So if we were to just walk all the way around here. Nice thing is when you walk to one of those curved edges, everything switches automatically. Okay. So we get to this side. That's great and everything, sure. But then what? I can't go off. So that means we have to invert, right? So I'm gonna invert. But what you wanna do is you wanna go left. For whatever reason, it's just kind of guiding you that way. Maybe it's because of that, this little piece that I'm behind now is kind of blocking that. But what you need to do is you need to walk all the way around, and you're gonna see, okay, look, you cannot be white when entering a gray door. So you need to fall down, and then you need to walk all the way back. And then you're gonna invert again, and then you'll be on the right plane to be able to enter the door. You kind of starting to piece it together now. It's very, very confusing, but once you get it, it's like, it's so rewarding to actually figure it out without just being, without just experimenting randomly and being like, oh, I got it. It's cool to be able to follow it with your eyes, but it's very, I find it, at least for me, very difficult. Chapter 3, Part 4, called The Antique. Ooh, Aftermath Inverter. I got some weird achievement there. Don't know what that is. I'll take it. Okay, so here's the clock that got broken. It's cool that it's now on the reverse side. I like that. Anyways, so I'm gray right now. The door is gray. That's good. But I want to be white. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk all the way around. I'm not gonna invert right away. I'm gonna go all the way around, and now I'm going to invert. And I'm gonna walk backwards until I basically... There we go. Now I can start to walk all the way around this clock. I know, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. And you'll see now that we're on the same plane as the key, right? So that's a good sign. Got it, and then we flip over, simply walk to the left. So that's the tricky part there, is knowing that you can walk off the ledges if they're curved like that, and you can still maintain like your same perspective. That's really difficult to comprehend for me. Chapter 3, Part 5, The Corridor. This is where things get crazy. Count them. 1. Uh-huh. Yeah. 1 key. Let's be happy it's only 1 key right now. So, the trick is here is you don't really want to invert on the first go around. We're gonna go all the way around. And once you invert into the middle, you're essentially walking in infinite kind of loop here, right? Because there's nothing else that you'll be able to grab onto. But what you want to do is you want to get that key up to that top part there. You see what we did there? You see how the key is now on that side? So that when I flip over, I can grab the key. Because everything's opposite, right? I know, it's insane. I know. It's absolutely... It's crazy. That's one of the reasons I love this game. Now, we're gonna walk to the other side. And we know if we invert here, we're gonna be right by the door. We're gonna be white. And we can enter. So, if you're stuck on this level and you still don't get that, just go and replay it. I think on YouTube you can actually slow it down to like half speed or something like that now. So do that because this is pretty confusing, but I'm trying my best to articulate it without being able to physically point at the screen or something. Chapter 3, Part 6, The Garden. Now, here we go, satellite radio. 1, 2, 3, 4 keys. 2 whites, 2 grays, 4 locks. Spells super time. Not really. Okay, so this one's bar none the most difficult puzzle that we faced so far in the game. It's obviously at the end of a chapter, and it's as far as you've been, so yes, it's very difficult. And there's 4 keys. We have to be very cautious of where we're at all times. So let's get started. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna invert. We're gonna go white, okay? See the little head there? If you follow the plane that we're on, you'll see that it follows all the way around to the white key. So as I'm saying that, I'm pointing at my screen. I know you can't say that, but try to use your fingers to follow where you need to go in this game. It actually does help quite a bit because you're playing with perspectives. So if you can stay on the same plane, then you're good. So we're gonna grab this white key and we're just gonna continue going right. Continue on this path. And you're gonna say, well, yeah, but you can't get that black key. No, you can't yet. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go invert in the middle, okay? That's gonna put us, well, I'll just pause it here and show you. So if we invert now from where we're standing, look at where we're standing, okay? If we were to invert, go on the other side, then we could easily reach that black key up top there on the right-hand side, right? So let's go and do that. There we go. Now we can go left, grab the black key or the gray key, whatever you prefer calling it. And we're gonna fall off the ledge. Boom. Okay. Now, look at the gray key at the bottom, okay? How would we get there? So if you put your finger on the gray key, move left, up the slope, across, going back up the slope on the right, and there we are, okay? So, I don't know, that's just my method, that's what works for me. If I work backwards in these puzzles, it really helps a ton. Okay, so we got it. Now let's continue walking. And you'll notice, you probably see it already, look at the white key. Follow the path to the left. Go around the outside, and that's like basically right where we are, right? So let's flip again. Go grab the white key. And then the trickiest part here is now figuring out how to get out of here, right? Well, not really. We just follow the path, flip around, and we exit. So, my advice for this puzzle, if you're stuck, first of all, just pick a key you want to go to, follow the path. Follow the path backwards to where you are. If it doesn't reach you, then you probably can't get there. The only tricky part is when you need to walk off the ledge, getting that first gray key, and just keep following that ledge to get the second gray key. That's it. That's chapter 3, everybody. Let's read the little monogram here. His life fades, and with it, the color of this world. I often retreat here alone now, spending ages away from reality, unable to bear the future in my solitude. My feelings breed the strangest of creations. Tricky. The next video, I'm going to show you how to find the next stages because they don't just show up in your house. So stay tuned for that, and I hope this helps. If this video helped you guys, please subscribe, please rate the video, and share it with your friends. I'll talk to you next time. Thanks. Bye.